Iraq 2007. Recce platoon of the 2nd Battalion Duke of Lancaster Regiment are sent to a house on the outskirts of Basra. Their mission, to arrest a group of known terrorists. It was a night their lives were to change forever. The platoon planned to take their suspects by surprise by storming the house in the early hours. But within minutes of entering the property, it soon became apparent that local insurgents were all too aware of the soldiers' presence.
Me and Lance Corporal Lundberg, we was in the bedroom of the first house we'd taken, and we was searching around, looking for maps, weapons, anything of that sort. And it was instantly, you could hear like the patter of rounds, and we said straight away, that's our building, and you knew for a fact that the rounds was hitting the roof. So it was more or less a case of he looked at me and I looked at him and we said, let's do it. So we ran towards the stairs, went straight up the stairs, and as soon as I opened the door on the stairs, a burst of tracer came straight through the door above my head. So I instantly dropped to my knees, and Lance Corporal Lundberg behind me did the same thing. I thought, like, being night time and they'd have found it hard to target us and that, but their fire was accurate. And they had machine guns and AK-47s, that kind of variants, and it was accurate fire.
I was surprised with the level of resistance. I mean, they were definitely up for a fight, and seeing that, you know, that they were all, you know, all the insurgents in the area, they knew where we were, and they were all coming to have a go.
We couldn't go back anyway because there was nowhere to go back to. We couldn't go forward because we were just pinned on a roof. So we just had to stand there and fight to take whatever come our way, adapt and overcome, and that's what we did do.
After about, I would say, 15 minutes of keep returning fire, we got a lull in the battle, as they say, and all went quiet, so we all used like rebombing the ammunition up and getting some water down you as fast as possible. And all of a sudden, all I remember was a blinding white flash and a loud bang. And then as I woke up, I was lying on the floor, and my face was stinging, where I presume a brick or something off the wall had hit me in the face. And I looked to my right hand side, and I could see everybody, all the boys who was on the roof, lied on the floor. People like battle shocked, just didn't know what had just happened. I remember one of my friends sat there, and he sat there with his weapon across his legs, and he just looked as if, you know, he didn't even know what day of the week it was or anything. And then as I was lying there thinking, what's just happened? All of a sudden, another bright white flash and another huge bang.
Then I got it. All I remember is a flash in the flood. I was later told that I got hit by 2 RPGs, 2 rocket-propelled grenades. One hit the wall and then one practically come through and hit me practically on the chest.
And then the dust like cleared and I managed to pick myself up. And I looked to my right hand side again and I just seen somebody lying on the floor, covered head to toe in blood. And I was thinking, no, he's dead. I didn't know who it was at the time. And then as I approached him, he started coughing up blood and I thought, whoa, he's alive. So I ran over and then I realised it was Lance Corporal Lundberg, Freddie, as we call him.
All I remember is trying to get up. As all I wanted was my weapon, and I was more concerned about my team at the time. Kingsman Topham then come over and tried to pick me up.
His left arm was just flopping around. It looked like it wasn't even connected to his body. And I asked him, I said, "You all right, Freddie?" And he went, "Yeah, of course I'm all right, where's my weapon?" Okay, fair enough, let's go for it then. So we tried lifting him up, and we couldn't physically grab hold of him and lift him up without hurting him, sort of thing. And he kept saying to me, "Try and roll me onto my right hand side so I can use my arm." So I was trying to roll him over, but obviously because of the blood and all the other stuff, we couldn't pick him up. He was like kept slipping off his equipment. So me and Sergeant Petit just thought, right, we're just going to have to do this. So we grabbed hold of him as hard as we could and just lifted him up, threw him up. Obviously he screamed a little bit, and then being determined and stubborn like he is, he said to me, "Tops, it's all right, I can walk."
As I was up then, I was asking for my rifle, and I was trying to carry on, trying to give fire control orders to my section, and basically soldier on.
I don't think he realised how badly hurt it was. You know, I didn't realise how badly hurt it was. You know, it was covered head to toe in blood. You know, his arm was ripped up and that, and all he wanted to do was just get his rifle and start shooting back. And we had to convince him, say, "Listen, you know, you need to come downstairs and see the medic, I think."
After a bit, I got pulled off the roof. Kingsman Topham pulled me off the roof, and as we were going down the stairs, I was all right at this time. I was, my head was still together, and I still knew what was going on. I couldn't make much out with my sight. my left eye was that badly damaged anyway, I couldn't see nothing out of that, but my right eye was sort of just make basic shapes out and stuff.
And he said to me, he said, "Tops, I can't see." And I could see, because looking at his face, I could see that his eyes were, well, one of them I could tell was more or less definitely gone, but the other one was just badly battered and damaged. And I said to him, "Don't worry about it." I said, "We'll sort it out, we'll sort it out." And I got him to the top of the stairs to take him down, and all of a sudden he said, "My legs are going, my legs are going." So I picked him up, put him over my shoulder, carried him downstairs into the house, and laid him on the floor. I got up against the wall so the medic could treat him.
He'd suffered some horrific injuries, and the one thing that sticks in my mind as he's being carried downstairs is him saying, "Look, I'm all right, I'm all right, I'm all right, get back on the roof." There was no panic in his voice, he showed no fear, and he was more concerned with what was going on the roof as opposed to himself. So that was quite inspiring, to be honest.
The medic's done a wonderful job, Corporal North, and I've got him to thank probably that I'm still here for his first aid that he gave me immediately on the scene. But that's after I threatened to punch his head in, because he kept trying to take me Daysach off over my arm, because he obviously needed to get everything off me. So I was just basically telling him he needs to cut it off and stop being a prat and just cut it, because at the end of the day now it's all meaningless.
And I heard Freddie screaming out, "Just cut the straps," and all that. And I thought, yeah. So I turned around to the lads, I said, "Listen, look," I said, "he's all right, you can hear him." I said, "He's screaming his head off." He said, "That's what Freddie's like." I said, "So you know he's all right." And his determination and attitude, I think, sort of set everybody else in mind that, yeah, he's going to be all right, he's going to be all right.
I think Tops had quite a brave outlook now, because he had to, from taking his commander off a roof when he's just been blown to bits, and his mate as well, and take me downstairs to a medic and then leave me and then go back up to a firefight. I think that's quite a brave thing to do, and I don't think anyone would have looked down on him if he wouldn't have wanted to go back upstairs. Do you know what I mean? Because it's quite a scary moment, especially when you've just seen your commander blown up.